Okay, so the impact of World War II. So the impact. Okay, so this presentation is long.
How many slides do you have?
Let me see. 8 long ones.
Okay, so can I make some suggestions? So if for the slide that people already talk a lot, the causality, we have seen the chart 3 times, how many people got killed, right? So perhaps you can just briefly talk about it.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so 20 million people. So 20 million people were killed in the Soviet Union. 6 million German soldiers directly killed 11 million soldiers, 7 million civilians. Almost 3.5 million Soviet prisoners died in the war. More than 1 million residents starved to death during the 2-year siege of Leningrad. Germany lost around 9 million. Around 5.3 million were soldiers and 3.3 million were civilians. The Nazi killed 300,000 civilians, and Allied bombings killed 600,000. Poland lost 5 million, uh, or 16% of its population. 2.7 million were Jews, and 240,000 were soldiers. Yugoslavia lost 1 million people. 445,000 were soldiers. France lost 568,000 people. 218,000 were soldiers. The UK lost 60,000 civilians to German air raids and 384,000 soldiers. The United States lost 405 soldiers and about 2,000 civilians. So how did World War II start? In 1931, Japan invaded Manchuria. In 1936, it signed the Anti-Comintern Pact with Germany. Later, Italy in 1939. Germany invaded Poland. Great Britain and France declared a war on Germany 2 days later. Soviet Union attacked Poland from the east and it conquered Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, and Finland. German submarines attacked ships bringing supplies to Great Britain. U.S. President Franklin D. Roosevelt started gearing up for war. In 1940, Germany invaded Belgium and the Netherlands and France by the end of the year. One-third of Europe was under the control of the Axis powers. Japan invaded in, in Indochina. In 1941, Hungary, Romania, and Bulgaria joined the Axis. Germany invaded Yugoslavia, Greece, and then the Soviet Union. Japan attacked Pearl Harbor, and the United States entered the war. The Holocaust. Okay, I don't think I should read this. Should I read this? It's very long.
Can you just briefly summarize this slide and tell us the main ideas?
Okay, so the Holocaust is basically the war's early success because of the Nazis.
Mm-hmm.
Around 80% of the Jews in were held captive by German soldiers in Europe and were killed. Uh, and then a lot of other things happened to Jews and whoever Hitler decided to kill. Uh, yeah, the Holocaust is basically all about Jews killing Nazis, or I mean, no, backward. All about Nazis killing the Jews and anyone else who got in their way or whoever Hitler chose to kill.
Mm-hmm.
So how the war ended. In 1941, Hitler betrayed Hitler betrayed Stalin, sending 3 million Axis troops in the Soviet Union. Germany wanted the okay. The 37 is still there. I took it from the website. Germany wanted the land for its own people, and so slaughtered as many civilians as possible. It also wanted to eliminate the communist threat, which it blamed on Jews. Operation Barbarossa was the largest military attack in history. The front stretched from the Baltic Sea in the north and the Black Sea in the south. Like, I'm not going to read everything because it can be boring. And then, so on June 6, 1944, the Allies invaded Western Europe on D-Day as the Germans retreated from the Eastern Front. Soviet forces retook Poland, Czechoslovakia, I don't know how to pronounce it, Hungary, and Romania in January 1945. Allies won the Battle of Bludge, which had been Hitler's last offensive. So in April of 1945, Soviet troops retook Vienna and Berlin. Guerrilla fighters killed Italian dictator Benito Mussolini, forcing German troops in Italy to surrender on April 30th. Adolf Hitler committed suicide in Berlin. Germany surrendered on May 8th, 1945. So the nuclear war. President Harry Truman, which is this guy, ordered bombs to be dropped on Hiroshima on August 6th and Nagasaki on August 9th. Many of you guys already know, so I'm just going to skip this stuff. Other impacts of World War II. Since then, developed countries haven't fought against each other. Most wars have been civil wars, often assassinated by foreign allies, controlled the U.S. and territories of the Axis powers. Millions of Germans and Japanese were forced out of the territories, and they lived in and sent back home. The victors dismantled their former enemies' ability to make war by dismantling factories, and the Bengal famine led to India's surprising and independence from Great Britain. Japan's occupation of the Dutch East Indies led to the formation of an independent Indonesia. And so World War II impacted the U.S. economy. So the U.S. war spending helped at $236 billion to the debt. Uh, yeah, and then yeah, lots of other useless stuff. And that's the website that I use. Okay, I'm done.